My first impression of the photos, the area called Mustang, and I don't think I've ever really had any prior experience in those areas. The photos remind me of, when I first saw the photos, there's these really rugged terrain, mountains. They look very dry, no trees, no vegetation, and they really remind me of these Hollywood Western movies that I've seen as a young boy. So I think my first images were like, oh, cowboys, they're horses, they're gunfights. So but I didn't receive the script yet. I didn't know what the story Rudra is going to do. So I kept an open mind.
ल ससुराली जाने ज्वाइँ बाटो पत्ता लगाउनु पर्यो
सबैभन्दा पहिला त स्क्रिन प्लेको कुरा आउँछ स्क्रिप्ट कुरा आउँछ स्क्रिन प्लेमा हाम्रो राम बाबु गुरुङज्यूले एकदमै राम्रोसँग प्ले गर्नुभएको छ थोरै क्यारेक्टरमा प्रत्येक क्यारेक्टरलाई राम्रोसँग एक अर्कासँग कनेक्ट गरेर स्क्रिन प्ले गर्नुभएको छ नम्बर 1 नम्बर 2 यस फिल्मलाई राम्रो बनाउनको लागि मैले मेरो साथी डाइरेक्टर अफ फोटोग्राफी हङकङबाट डेभिड चाउलाई झिकाएको छु जसले 2002 मा तपाईको याङ मिङ फिचर फिल्म क्यानाडामा बनाउनु भएको थियो र 2005 मा स्पेस अफ डिजायर हङकङमा बनाउनुभएको थियो अनि यस्तो फरक किसिमको टिम पृथक काम गरेर आएको टिमहरुलाई मैले एक ग्रुप बनाएर यो चलचित्रमा मैले समेटेको छु त्यसपछि अर्को पक्ष हामीले राम्रो लोकेसन जुन लोकेसनमै आधारित कथा लेखिएको छ त्यो सबै कुरा समग्रमा भन्दाखेरि फिल्म फरक किसिमको बनेको जस्तो मलाई लाग्छ र दर्शकले केही नयाँपन पाउँछ जस्तो मलाई लाग्छ
Hong Kong is sea level, and then all of a sudden I have to go up to like 3,800 meters. It's quite a huge challenge for my mental and physical state, and I really honestly have to say that the environment of the setting really taking a big toll on my I don't know what you call it, my state of mind. And I find it really difficult to work. I probably need a month of accustomed to the area before I can really get comfortable with the place. On our way to our locations, we sort of experiencing this roadblock in a mountain, and we had to, I think, carry all of our equipment, our luggages. We probably have to walk 2-3 hours just to get to our next stop where we can, get on the bus again. So I think it's really difficult for our crew members to have endure these rugged and tough conditions, and so it was a very challenging location shoot.
कता हो भाइ घर कहाँ हो पोखरा दाइ अनि यतातिर कहाँ जानुहुन्छ मुक्तिनाथको दर्शन गर्न
The story is very simple. It's centered around two couples, one city guy and one city girl, and then the other couple is one mountain guy and one mountain girl. So my immediate feelings is sort of like a conflict between the city folks and the rural people.
ओए किन ठुस्स भएको यता
ता फर्केर त आउँछस्
ल म मर्न जान लाग्या हो र यता अलिकति हाँस न
यो C-Mala भनेको चाहिँ विशेष गरी नेपालको हिमाली भेगतिर पहाडी इलाकातिर पाइने एक खालको अत्यन्तै बहुमूल्य धातु एक प्रकारको स्टोन हो जुन चाहिँ अत्यन्तै गोप्य रूपमा यसको ठुल्ठुलो व्यवसायहरू अत्यन्तै महँगो मूल्यमा हुने गर्दछ त्यसकारणले यसको सम्बन्ध पैसासँग जोडिएको छ र पैसा मानिसको जीवनसँग जोडिएको छ त्यसैकारणले हामीले यसैलाई बेस गरेर नेपाली फिक्सन फिल्म C-Mala निर्माण गर्दैछौँ र चलचित्र C-Mala-को विषयवस्तुको कुरा गर्नुपर्दाखेरि चाहिँ संसारमा कुनै पनि मानिस आफैमा गलत हुँदैन उनीहरूलाई विभिन्न घटना वा परिस्थितिले उनीहरूको लागि विभिन्न समस्याहरू सिर्जना गराउँदछ र उनीहरू आफ्नो स्वार्थको लागि गलत बाटो रोज्छन् त्यसैले चलचित्र C-Mala मार्फत हामीले दिन खोजेको मूल सन्देश चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि मानिसमा मानवीय संवेदना हुनुपर्दछ र आफ्नो जीवनमा भइपरि आउने जुन समस्याहरू छ ती समस्याहरूको सकारात्मक ढङ्गबाट समाधान गर्नुपर्छ जुन चाहिँ अरूको हानि नोक्सानी नहुने गरी त्यसै कारणले यस कथाका चरित्रहरूको जीवन उनीहरूको सङ्घर्ष र उनीहरूको त्यागले अहिलेको नेपाली समाजको विकृतिहरूलाई हटाउनको लागि एउटा महत्त्वपूर्ण भूमिका खेल्नेछ भन्ने मलाई विश्वास छ
My personal feelings about this country and the culture is there's always this deep contradiction and conflicts between the city and the village. So I feel these stories sort of have these themes about these conflicts and also about the young generation, the conflict between the young generation and the older generations. Because especially there's a role about this Kalaman and his father. They both live in a farm in a village, and the father sort of has this very traditional outlook, and while Kalaman is representing this young generation, and he has this yearning for freedom and to go to the city to look for, or could be called a greener pasture, a different lifestyle. So I feel that this story is about those elements.
ओए खचर कहाँ हिँडेको जोला बोकेर
सरतिर
तेरो आमा खोज्नु हिँडेको
मेरो बिजनेस सुरु भयो
And while there's another different character, Prati, she represents the younger generation from the city, and she really resents coming to the mountain area to work, and she really really express that feeling of yawning again to leave the city life and go somewhere. And I think in the story she really wants to go to Australia, and she was really pinning for this visa that she's gonna get this visa and able to start a new life in somewhere else. And another element also I found is about the transition. It's about transition. People are going to places. People wants to start a new life, or people are forced to start a new life. Like Manish, he's sort of forced to go into the mountain to found this C-Mala, and that really also represent the general feelings of the country. I feel that Nepal, it's just going through a new transition from a traditional monarchy system.
एकपटक मेरो अस्ट्रेलियाको भिसा लाग्यो भने जागिर सागिर तुरुन्तै लात हानिन्छु र त्यो शैतान यादवलाई पनि एकपटक मुखैमा थुकिदिन्छु।
को हो त्यस्तो मुखैमा थुक्नु पर्ने?
Manish, he's quite an experienced actor. Although he was out of the acting scene for a while, but then during the shooting he was quite professional, and I think he managed to play the character quite well. He played this city boy who desperately needed money to save his mother. So, and that's why how he got involved with the gangs.
हेलो मिस्टर, बिहानको ड्युटी हो कि के हो?
शिकार खेल्न जान लाग्या।
चिया त पिएर जाऊ शिकारी जी।
As for the other character, Domo, she represents the frustrations of young women living in the mountains, and I think she pulled off quite well in her performance. It's a really rugged, tough terrain, and it really built her character. She's very tough on the outside, but then again, she also able to project this vulnerability, this sort of in a character.
अहिले तँलाई बिहे गर्न दुःख पाउँछ हो कि हैन? लु भन् त।
एउटा स्वास्नी पाल्ने आँट छैन, हालो जोतेर नि पाल्न सक्छस्।
यी जोत्यो हलो, मान्छेले के गरिसके? म चाहिँ हलो जोतेर बस्नु? म यहाँ नाथे आलु रोपेर हलो जोतेर चाहिँ बस्न सक्दिनँ। पैसा चाहियो, पैसा कसरी कमाउने? म जुक्ति लाउँदैछु।
I'm really happy with some of the images we capture, and they look absolutely fabulous. It's difficult to say how the Nepalese audience will receive this movie, because I think that's one of the challenges of making films, is you just don't know how the audience will respond to the work we do.
तिमी यो ढुङ्गा थप्नलाई किन यति धेरै मेहनत गर्छौ?
परदेश जाने आफ्नो मान्छेलाई कष्ट नहोस् भनेर।
यस्तो कुरामा विश्वास लाग्छ?
I think what Rudra did here is something unusual for Nepalese movies in general, and he's taking on some. I would say he's taking on some risk here in developing this project, choosing some unusual locations and very challenging locations, and inviting me, someone who is not a Nepali DP, and to take on this movie, and I think, and also some new cast members, inexperienced actors.
अलि ल्याउ न भाइ।
भयो दाइ।
ल्याउ न, ल्याउ भाइ, ल्याउ।
साह्रै माथिदो रहेछ।
ल्याउ। यो होटलको नकली रक्सी जस्तो त होइन? यो त औषधि हुन्छ। यो जिउ दुख्ने सबै सन्चो हुन्छ।
हो कि के हो दाइ? मलाई त पसिनै निकाल्यो।
For me, I mean, not knowing the local language, might seem like a drawback. But then again, I found it, I can fit in without too much problems. I think film making has this universal language built into it, and I think sometimes they're just you don't need a lot of talking to get the thing going. I think it's just we have this mutual understanding of what we need to do, and things just got moving along quite well.
हेर्नुहोस् कालमानजी, म कुरा स्पष्ट गर्छु। सामानको दाम हामी दुईजना मिलेर राखौँला। बेच्ने काम मेरो हो, तर मलाई 50% चाहिन्छ।
यो चलचित्रमा त्यो कुराहरू छैन जुन रेगुलर नेपाली फिल्ममा पाइन्छ। अनि मैले भ्युअर्सहरूलाई मैले समेट्नको लागि मैले विभिन्न एङ्गलबाट साथीभाइको सहयोग लिएर मैले अघि बढेको छु। नम्बर 1 स्क्रिन प्ले, नम्बर 2 लो थोरै क्यारेक्टर यसमा राखेको छ, नम्बर 3 तपाईँको सङ्गीतमा जोड दिएको छ, नम्बर 4 लोकेसन र त्यसको फोटोग्राफी। यो सबै कुरोले समेट्दाखेरि पक्कै पनि केही नयाँ पाउँछ कि भ्युअर्सहरूले भन्ने मलाई लागेको छ।
You know, after we've finished this movie, I think all the elements I think came together quite well, and I mean it's common for filmmakers. They want to stretch a little bit, and I think that's what making arts is all about. Sometimes you just have to take some risk, and you're able to, and then you're able to stretch. And I think this film will have a significant impact in the Nepalese film community, because he's done something unusual, and he's ventured out into some uncharted territory, and I think it's probably this is just his first step, and I think he's probably going to take a little more risk for his next project.